ARCA series, fire in our soul. Wheels keep turning, never lose control. Spark ARCA series, racing through the fight. Born for glory, built for flight. Spark ARCA series, fire in our soul. Wheels keep turning, never lose control. Spark ARCA series, racing through the fight. Born for glory, built for flight. Spark ARCA series, fire in our soul. Wheels keep turning, never lose control. Spark ARCA series, racing through the fight. Born for glory, built for flight.
If it's Monday, it's time for the Shark Monkey Golf ARCA Series presented by Spark Racing. Tonight, in our second race of the season, these ARCA drivers will take on the classic Rockingham Speedway for the Dale O. Duncan Water Systems 100 at the Rock. My name is Johnny Rapp, and as always, I'm joined in booth by Justin Wilson. So our sponsor of the race here today, Dale O. Duncan Water Systems Contractor, is a family-owned and operated company that has been providing clean, filtered well water to customers in Fairfield County, Connecticut for over 50 years. We appreciate them coming on board here today, and look forward to an exciting race here at Rockingham. Justin, I know you have plenty of experience here at Rockingham. Tell us a little bit about what these drivers can expect tonight.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, they're going to be experiencing some probably very tight conditions. This track, and usually the setups seem to have very tight conditions. It's a very bumpy track. There's a lot of tire wear. Track position is extremely key, as you know, we'll probably go through all these things, but I've had a lot of success here, mostly by tire management. Really taking it easy in turn 1 and 2 and kind of powering it in 3 and 4. Found a lot of success with this track, man. So success. Let me just rephrase that. But very fun track, very tricky track. It's one of those tracks where you think you're doing really good until that tire falls off. And once that tire falls off, there's nothing you can do except just fall back to the back. So we'll probably see a lot of that tonight. It definitely brings off a lot of two lane racing. They have a kind of a top lane that you'll see in 1 and 2, as well as the bottom. And, me, I've always been a bottom feeder, but you'll see, two different kind of driving styles tonight.
Yeah, it should be exciting. And you had alluded to it there, but here's our stories to follow. Track position early, I think it's going to be a big deal. We're going to we're going to see these tires fall off in these cars. It's pretty rare, I think, with these new cars, but it's a really hot track, and it's going to be about getting up front and trying to control the race, and then that brings us to the tire wear. Only one extra set of tires, so if you hold on to that tire as long as you can use it at the end and, maybe try to drive your way back through the field, but we'll see how that works.
Yeah, definitely it's going to be tough. I mean, another kind of, thing too you see on here is avoiding the turn 2 wall. So, one of the things, and, we've had a lot of history on this is when you wear those tires out, that turn 2, it's a very sharp turn. You don't see a lot of side-by-side racing here off of 2, mostly because of just how aggressive that exit is. So when you got a car on the top and a car on the bottom, that car on the bottom has to really check up to not hit that car on the outside, or else they'll all be in the wall. And we'll probably see some of that tonight.
Absolutely, yeah. I was guilty of that last Wednesday. I smoked it pretty good near the end of the race and took a bunch of guys out. My apologies, but yeah, our final kind of thing to touch on here. We saw it last week, just the restarts and the chaos, a lot of crashes. This is a little bit bigger, wider track, so hopefully it's not as bad.
I think avoiding the chaos is probably going to be on all of our stories moving, for the season, just because of the bull rings that we got coming up next. But this track is known for kind of track blocking wrecks as well, right? You got the walls on the inside, especially on the back straightaway, or in the corners because it's so high banked. One car spinning, especially on a restart, you're gonna see a massive pile up, especially off turn 2.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a wild ride here tonight, and yeah, hey, we're here for it, and yeah, I mean, should be exciting. So yeah, we'll go on to our we'll go over our schedule real quick. Now there has been a change. This is not the updated schedule quite yet, but you said the bull ring, and the bull ring is being removed, I believe. And we're going to head to New Hampshire, of all places, instead, because I'm sure that will be a cleaner race, right? But
so we have a bigger bull ring.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's going to be exciting. Yeah, obviously off next week, Memorial Day week here, and yeah, you might see some fun runs or something, but yeah, definitely more of a day to celebrate and remember than make everybody get on and race. So, and then
oh
yeah, then we're back to a couple short tracks, and obviously New Hampshire instead of the bull ring, Talladega. It's going to be exciting. I'm really looking forward to the rest of the season.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be kind of a show, especially throwing that kind of, New Hampshire in there, kind of similar to, I wouldn't say similar to size as we're racing here tonight. So good to see a little bit bigger of a racetrack. I still consider, Bristol kind of a bull ring track too. So my statement does stand.
Yes, I agree. Now, hey, I mean, we still got some time here, so we'll go over kind of what happened last week here at Five Flags. It's a pretty incredible race. It was a little chaotic, but certainly one for the books. We see right here, Dylan LeBeau started up front, or actually started second, was able to get the lead from Scotty Sobczak right at the beginning, and he didn't look back. This was one of our huge stories of the night. James Barker getting involved in this mid-race crash.
Oh, yeah.
Gets sent end
Massive
over end
pile-up.
here.
And finished that car, believe it or not.
Yeah, that was incredible. This was one of our best battles in the night. Chris Smith and Dylan LeBeau. Chris gets to him, and yeah, I mean, hey, they were side by side for a few laps here. Dylan LeBeau was able to do the crossover here and get back by him right before the caution came out. That was definitely the the Reese's smooth move of the race, or whatever they do, right? But
yeah, I mean, that definitely helped Dylan out, especially maintaining the lead when that yellow came out.
Yeah, definitely, man, it was an incredible battle up front all night between Dylan, Chris, Sobczak, Stankiewicz, all those guys. And yeah, we'll see it here. You talked about it, Barker finishing the race. Well, this is how he finished the race. I don't know how he saw where he was going, but he stuck it out and yeah, finished the race with his hood up.
Hey, you got to finish it however you can. There's like a little groove in there that he can barely see through, and they let him go.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. And then, yeah, to top everything off, we had some more cautions, but this is our final restart with Dylan LeBeau and Devin Jack on fresh tires. And yeah, it all came down to this.
But yeah,
Yeah,
definitely fresher tires, but all of that chaos that we had in this race all led down to this white flag lap, and it was a great show between these two, as you're seeing here.
Yeah, we see it here. Devin kind of backed the corner up, got to him, gives him the bumper just a little bit, and then a drag race to the line. Dylan holds on for it, and yeah, that made everything feel okay after the 15 cautions we had. So,
Well, like I said, it was a part of our pre-race kind of key points of the race, right? Avoid the chaos because we knew it was coming.
yes, we did. And yeah, like you said, I think tonight will be a little better. Kind of wide open track, but yeah, we'll go from this and we'll see our point standings after last week. Obviously, first race of the season, it's pretty, pretty simple, right? But Dylan LeBeau wins the race. Hold on to first place against Devin Jack there. Obviously, everybody's going to be pretty close here. Only one race in, but
Yeah, definitely looking at it too, because I mean, I know we only have a few minutes left before we start our kind of qualifying and race activities, and both of our first and second place in points right now going to this race are not here tonight.
yeah,
So
I believe
definitely going to shake things up.
yeah, two part-time entries, and yeah, that's going to open the door for a lot of these other guys. And I mean, yeah, you said it. We got I mean, right now, right at the end of practice, it looks like Sobzak and Evan Pienta are two of the fastest. We'll pull that up. Right, we got a few minutes here. We can kind of watch the practice, but maybe. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so Scotty Sobzak got about a 10th lead as far as fast times go. And, man, it is tight all throughout the field. You see almost the entire top 10 is just about a 10th off. And, yeah, it doesn't drop off very fast. So,
No, it definitely doesn't. And you'll see the difference in times just from qualifying versus what race trim is going to be. So, curious to see what the different strategies tonight are going to be. Are some of these drivers think we're going to have a lot of caution, so they're just going to run up front and just kind of burn them up because they have that extra set of tire, or do we think they're going to have this kind of all put together and have long green runs? So these guys towards the back are going to start saving. I mean, not to bring up our kind of in race reporter Chase Berry, but talking to him before the race too, he was pretty much in that thing where he's kind of in that mode where he's going to save his tires, and he said on the long run he's going to be a quick one because he's going to save that tire.
yeah, it's definitely going to be something to watch. We see it from Chase week in and week out. The kind of alternate strategy, if you will, kind of hanging back, letting everything pan out and minding his P's and Q's. And he always seems to be around at the end, so it works.
Yeah, it definitely works. I mean, I'd say a good 7 out of 10 times I think it works for him.
Yeah, I think, do we have Chase? No, doesn't look like it. Oh, we do. He's down in placeholder.
Oh,
We can get a couple words from him during qualifying since we know that he's not going to qualify. So,
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, let me go grab him real quick and bring him up here. Oh, I will eventually get him up here. There we go. There he is.
all right, Chase Barry, you got a copy.
Yeah, I got you guys.
All right, Chase. So we know your your basic strategy week in and week out here, but take us through what you think what we're gonna see here tonight.
I mean, you're gonna see a lot of wall slapping. Everybody's gonna give high fives to the wall and try to move it out an extra 5 inches or so. I mean, it's pretty tight. It's tight. Might as well call this place Six Flags.
Yeah, just one step up, isn't it? But yeah. So
Oh,
we know
same as the
your
five flag setup.
strategy of not qualifying, trying to go for that hard charger award. But yeah, how do you think it's going to be getting through the field with this many cars?
I don't know. I mean, a lot of it's just patience. I know every time I try to qualify, I always bend it in the first 5 or 6 laps. Anyways, Nashville and our Xfinity Truck Series a couple years ago. I don't know. I feel like I always do better when I don't qualify and just let the race come to me. And if I qualify, I feel like I push myself and overstep and step on it, and I'll just mess up. Pretty much it.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to be rooting for you as we always are, and yeah, we'll pull you up maybe under caution in a little while here, and see how things are going for you. So yeah, good luck.
Yeah, thank you. I know Chris Smith is on a flyer right now, coming off a 4. By the way, he had to check up, but he is about to put down a decent lap time. Oh well, I guess I'm a
I
little
think you
behind.
just
But yeah.
you just jinxed him from the broadcast booth. I think is what you just did, but he still went to the top of the boards here, though.
Yeah, like I say, I think the second lap would have been a lot faster. He had to lift off a 4, so I think he would have put down a not low 9. But yeah, all right, yeah, I'll see you guys whenever I see you guys. Hopefully, I'm talking to you guys at the end.
Yeah, sounds good, Chase. Good luck.
Always a character to have up in the booth.
Yes, he is. But it's always worth it. It's an exciting guy. But yeah, we look here. Josh Ward looks like first lap puts him P9, and let's see if he's able to pick up on his second.
Yeah, third puts her in third place with a 24:07. It's a good lap for Josh Ward there.
Yeah. See, looks like
Yeah, look at through right now, just kind of tentatively. Chris Smith right now, the only one that's broken to the 23s with that 23.9. Scotty Phillips right there. As we mentioned, Josh Ward. You got Logan, Joey, Scotty Sobczak, who was fastest in practice. Didn't quite hit that time that he probably hoped he could have, as he did in practice there. But 24.1. I mean, pretty much you can see here. I mean, our top 10 is just separated by 2/10.
yeah, very, very tight field here. It's going to be exciting to watch. Yeah, so as qualifying's wrapping up here, I think it's probably a good time to go ahead and get our pre-race festivities out of the way. So without further ado, here is the national anthem. All right, and we are back. Yeah, getting our pre-race warm-up session out of the way here. We got about 3 minutes left in that, so you can yeah, we'll keep an eye on some of these guys as they're going around here, getting warmed up, getting the bugs worked out, and
Well, Johnny, one of the things I'm seeing, kind of what we were talking about earlier. I mean, yeah, it's just these kind of carnage is kind of coming off of these corners here. Turn 2, I was actually surprised to see the amount of wrecks we're getting off turn 4 as well. I know turn 4 is a little bit of a wider exit than that kind of tight exit of turn 2. So definitely, I'm definitely see how these guys are going to handle these things tonight.
yeah, it's definitely looking to be a little bit of a challenge, but yeah, nothing these guys aren't up for, though. I mean, we see Evan Pienta here, our pole award design. Yeah, Evan Pienta designs.
Oh, yeah.
That's the pole award here. Yeah, hey, he just
Love seeing some good crashes before the race.
get it out of the way now, right? That's what I'm hoping for, but.
Hey, it's one of the good things about, sim racing, right? Because, you could crash in practice right before the race and just reset the car. It's fine.
Yeah, we see right here to 13 of Jake Mackey. He is he works for the company sponsoring us here today, and yeah, definitely, obviously, Mythic Metals is the title sponsor of the Wednesday series as well. But yeah, cool to see him out there representing the the sponsors. And,
Need to get with them and see if they got their website up. He said they were working on their website, so definitely curious to see what they that cool stuff with that cool name they got.
yeah.
Yeah, you see, Maki's running that extreme high line. He's been doing that in practice here. You see, quite a few guys run up there, but I'm a firm believer that bottom line is the way to go and the way to save your tire. But hey, what do I know? I haven't driven these ARCA cars around here.
Yeah, knowing the trucks, man, I tried to keep it on the bottom, but it's hard. You really got to slow down just perfectly, and man, I don't know. It kind of is faster up top, so it's hard to defend. But
is it faster on the long run? That's the catch there.
yeah, that's the problem. When you're up there, you're definitely burning up your tires. So.
Yeah, Steve Vest out there, rocking that Winn-Dixie old Mark Martin paint scheme. Love it. I love seeing it. Didn't put out a qualifying time, but he's going to be starting dead last tonight. But I love seeing that old Mark Martin paint scheme. Him and who's the other one? Dade running the gold Mark Martin machine. So love those things.
Yeah, definitely, especially with Steve's. It reminds me of your Gen 4 car from a while ago. It was.
Oh, yeah.
I remember seeing that one win quite a few times. So.
That is true. I did run that one for a while. I ran it on a old Xfinity car, too. A couple of races for throwbacks and stuff. So always, it's got I got history with it. Yeah, we're wrapping up here, and Randy B giving the spiel to the guys as he always does it pre-race, basically telling them to drive with their heads and their right foot.
Yeah, hopefully they can use that left foot a little bit today too.
We don't need it. We don't need it.
All right, so we're gonna get into our grid here, and yeah, it looks like Chris Smith starting up front, and we have Scotty Phillips sneaking up there into second place. Josh Ward starting third. Logan Thurkelt in fourth here.
You almost got it.
I'll never get it perfect, I'll tell you. Yeah, and Joey Stackwicks, we saw him running up front last week. Really strong run. Another good qualifying effort. Scotty Sobzak starting sixth, and then Max Kost and Rob Liedl starting seventh and eighth. Chris French, Tristan Mayhew, round out the top 10. And then Evan Pienta and Ryan Rose, 11th and 12th.
Well, following up behind them, Brian Brobst, 13th. James Danforth running in 14th. Or starting in 14th, excuse me. And then Dan Berg in the 98 machine, that Lincoln Storage, is going to be starting 15th. Laura Wiseman right there in 16th, had a good finish. Last week, did they have a good finish? Man, I got to have to go back and remember. I know that 84 was running up front for a little while. Robert Brobst going to run out 17th with James Parker on his outside. Hopefully keeps the hood down this week. And starting 18th. Garrett Lane going to be starting 19th, but I think he got an EOL penalty. He did. He's going to be falling back to the end of the line. Benson Weaver will be starting 20th. Ryan Hinkle, 21st. Jacob Nickerson's 22nd. Cam Gillen's 23rd. And William Cameron's going to be 24th. Now, the remainder of these drivers did not do any qualifying time, but that would be Jacob Phillips, Chase Berry, Ryan Phillips, Aiden Neese, Jake Maki, Paul Hahn, Patrick O'Toole, Dave Krajewski, and then rounding out last place will be Steve Vest. But we did have 2 EOL penalties, I believe, and those were, let me go back and look here. Sorry. It'd be Garrett Lane in the 8 and the 07 machine of Cam Gillens. Both those drivers had EOL penalties. But I also see Dave Krajewski back there. But oh, never mind. I lied. He's starting back there with Steve Vest. Maybe I should get my information correct before I start speaking.
It's okay. We will figure it out as we go here. You know that. But yeah, just a little elaboration on that is if you get caught with enough incident points, you get into a tier, and then you get an EOL until you clear the incident points, and the next tier after that is one lap hold and all that. But yeah, either way, we are coming to the green here. The lights are out on the pace truck. Chris Smith and Scotty Phillips starting up front here. Let's see who's able
Chris
to
Smith's
get the
gonna
jump.
Well, you're not going to get too much of a jump because we have to go on green on the initial start. So these guys should be side by side going into one, but we'll find out. Chris Smith is waiting on the flagman, and the flagman does wave it, and they are off, but a big checkup right behind them. But they get it all gathered up. But yeah, Chris Smith got a huge jump there on the initial start, and he's got off to a commanding lead, about 2-3 car lengths. So
Yeah, that inside line getting such a good run there allows Josh Ward up in the second place. He's able to clear Scotty Phillips pretty handily here. And yeah, we see just about the top 5. It's all single file.
I know we missed it. I know you didn't see it on the screen, but we had about 3 or 4 cars kiss the wall there in 3 and 4. Probably going to be something we're going to see tonight. A lot of drivers getting up there really close to that wall, especially in the early stages here. But we're still side by side throughout the field. Wow, we're going to have to go back and take a look at that. I believe that was James Barker in the 77 machine, completely sideways off too, and was able to keep it going.
Yeah, good save down the backstretch there. And yeah. Man, there's a lot going on here. This is going to be hard to keep up with. Just bear with us as we try. But yeah, we see this battle here. Scotty Sobczak, Logan Threlkeld, and Joey Stankiewicz here.
Yeah, one of the things I'm definitely seeing with Scotty Sobczak on the bottom there is like it kind of going in those corners. You can see he's struggling to keep it on the bottom, and it was just like forcing the car up high. But I think he prefers that outer lane, and as you can see here, he's making that outside pass on Logan there and does it flawlessly. Lidl hard into the inside wall on the back straightaway. That is definitely going to bring out a yellow.
Man,
but
I'm trying to get him. It's hard to do here.
Yeah, tough break for that 80 machine. He's already got his front end missing there, and yeah, we'll definitely have to go back and take a look at that.
Yeah, we see he's here battling with, not sure who that red car is.
Yeah, it definitely looked like he got a little loose off of 2. Was already sideways, and I think, like you said, I couldn't quite tell who was behind him there. I think it was the 00 of Tristan Mayhew. Yeah, the 00 Tristan Mayhew there. You can see here he's loose, and then just gets the friendly nudge. Hard impact to the inside wall.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate. This early in the race, we saw him have a really good run last week, and then an incident kind of took him out there too. And
Yeah, but on a kind of brighter note, I mean, it was only a 1-car incident that could have been catastrophic, especially coming off of that treacherous turn 2.
yeah, definitely could have been a huge pile up there. But we'll see it here from a Mayhew's perspective. Mayhew's running that high line, gets a good run. Yeah, Lidl just gets loose. He did lift.
Yeah.
Just not enough.
Yeah, everything happens so fast at this racetrack. One of the favorite things about it. It's so bumpy and it's fast. So. Whew. Sorry about that.
Yeah, that's all good. Yeah. Unfortunate start to the night for Lidl. Looks like he was able to get that front bumper put back on, so he might be okay here in the long run. Definitely going to have a little more damage to fix, I would assume, but...
Well, some crazy strategies, right? Too, we talked about this. We did have a couple of people go down pit road. Chase Berry, I don't think there's really any surprise there. Jacob Phillips was down on pit road, as well as Patrick O'Toole. I'm not sure if he had damage or not. I know the other two are most likely a strategy call.
Yeah, I don't know. That car looks pretty clean. It's possible that he got the right side into the wall at one point, but yeah, I mean, these guys are going to have to pit one time for fuel throughout this race. So I think they can make it between like 70 and 75 laps, something like that. So it definitely could be some fuel strategy playing out here later on.
Yeah, and probably they just want to kind of go to the back, get out of the chaos, because this is a long race. 100 laps here is a lot longer than what we were running, at the short tracks. But pace truck will be dipping off here now, and Chris Smith has command of this restart with Josh Ward on his outside. As we're about to take the green, and there it is, the green flag waving, and Chris Smith with a great start, pulls about 2-3 car lengths already going into turn 1. But the battle right now is... Sorry, it's kind of picking up back here in the back. You can see Danforth and Pienta get into it back here. They're 3 wide going into 3. Is it going to work out? They all start stacking up to avoid each other, but they keep it going. There's no wide line. We got a crash back there in the back.
Looked like, was it Jacob Nickerson that went around? I'm not too sure. I saw it was a green car. So...
yeah, there was quite a few cars in that wreck. I see fenders all over the racetrack over there in turn 4.
Oh, yeah. We see he just gets loose. Right in front of Mackey. It looks like... looks like maybe Dade got around it. Who was... saw a car kind of lock up and go into the inside wall here. Oh,
that was Dave Krajewski. Yeah, it was Dave Krajewski. Kind of lost it there. But right now, our major damage is from the 35 machine. Jacob Nickerson and Jake Maki. Both those cars heavy damage, but it looks like Jacob just lost it. Kind of got spun around there by Garrett Lane, and yeah, I mean, it's... yeah, we're on board here with Jake Maki, as you can see going into corner here. Didn't see it. He had a car on his outside too. Can't quite see it there, but yeah, when he got spun around, there was nowhere he could go, and just a heavy contact. Kind of lost the front end of that machine as well. But I did notice, Johnny, as these drivers do have a fast repair. I think it was accidentally put in the session, but hey, you get a freebie. So these guys are going to be able to get these cars fixed up and get them back out going.
Yeah, well, hey, that's a good thing for a lot of these guys that were already involved in incidents. And I mean, there's no way to police whether or not they take it or not. So if it's accidentally there, it's there.
Yeah, you get the freebie. Accept it, So we had a lot of drivers going on pit road again here. The two Jacob Phillips, Patrick O'Toole, Chase Berry, Nickerson was involved in that wreck. Aiden East is on pit road, as well as Vest. Steve Vest is on pit road as well. So a lot of guys going in early here. But we're double filing up, about to go back green.
Yes, we are up front. Just about the same old story. We got Chris Smith and Joey Stackwick starting on the outside this time, and yeah, we'll see if Chris is able to get another great jump like he has been. I'm sure he will, and we'll see if that inside line is able to follow him through like it has before.
But yeah, they're double file stacked all the way up to the back. Chris Smith, command of the restart as he's hitting the restart zone. He gets to go when he wants to. He's going to go early and get that great jump. These guys catches everyone sleeping on these restarts here. And especially that 64 machine of Joey Stankiewicz up on the outside. Just lost pretty much second place there. But he's going to fall in line there behind Josh Ward as they kind of peel off into 3 here. But behind them is just chaos as everyone's just trying to find their line.
Yeah, we see cars using up every inch of this track. A little more tame than the last restart, but we still see plenty of 2 and potentially 3 wide action here throughout the field.
Yeah, you could just see how much these cars are moving around this bumpy track, especially coming off the corners. They're just snaking down the straightaways as well. As a couple of cars just hit the wall back here in the back. I believe it was Dan Berg, maybe James Barker back here.
Not sure who this is. William Cameron, maybe?
Yeah,
It's
William
a
Cameron.
Huge moment there.
It's down there on the back straightaway here. Or on front straightaway, excuse me.
I'm going to get a quick replay of that because he was hanging on for dear life. Almost hits
Look
the
at that.
inside wall.
Did a
Spins through the
great
infield.
Great job saving that and keeping it from going back up on the track.
Yeah, that could have been bad.
As we got a big stack up in turn 2 right now. They're 3 wide back here with James Barker. Not sure what kind of transpired. I think he got a little loose in turn 1, and they all were just driving around him, but they did a great job collecting that, or gathering themselves back up. As you can see, James Barker still struggling there with Dave Krajewski in that number 6 machine as he was just passing him.
Yeah, that was another intense moment for sure. Yeah, man, there's so much going on here. It's hard to keep up with it. This is our first big battle up front. We got a battle for second place between Joey Stankiewicz and Josh Ward. Scotty Sobzak trying to sneak into the equation here.
Yeah, you can notice how just when one person gets side by side, it just brings the rest of the field up to them. But they made that pass very quick and very clean to try to, it kind of helps them when they do that. But he's already charging right now for Chris Smith to take the lead. Where did the speed from that number 64 come from? Because here he is on the inside of the leader. But Chris Smith's going to have that run on the outside. Is he going to be able to hold it and make it stick? He's still there.
Squeezes back in line. Not quite enough to make that pass right now. He's going to have to try to build that run back up and give it another go here.
Yeah, but first through, I can't even tell you what is this, 10th, 11th, are nose to tail. Even with these guys battling, the cars behind them are hungry to make some more passes and get up there with them. Right now, the top 10, you throw them under a blanket.
Yeah, incredible racing up front here. This is exactly what we want to see. We see back here Evan Pienta just gets passed by Scotty Phillips. That was a pretty good little battle there for a moment. Looks like Logan Threlkeld is making his way through.
Yeah, he was trying to make that bottom work. Got a little loose coming off of turn 2 there, but he's still trying to make that attack. But that outside line right now has just an extreme run off the corner. Man, look at that, 3 wide off the corner. And then Tristan Mayhew in the double O was kind of involved in that wreck sort of earlier.
Logan is... Oh, my, what a save. I thought he was going around right there. He was completely sideways going through 1 and 2.
Yeah, and you could just see that little slide there just put him lost what 3, 4, almost 5 positions now. Tires on that machine are heated up. Maybe the bottom isn't the way to go right now because these guys are lining up on the top line right now.
Yeah,
I say that and then they all run the bottom.
yeah. I think they're listening and just want to make sure you're wrong, right? But hey, I'll tell you what, up front, Joey Stankwicks was able to get by Chris Smith, and Chris has dropped back to 4th place now. See Scotty Sobzak trying to make that high side work to try to get himself into the lead here. And man, I don't know. It might work for now, but got to wash those tires, I'm telling you.
Yeah, these tires are definitely going to heat up. In the track temp right now is, where is it at? 122 degrees. So yeah, it's a very hot track right now. And especially on a setup that these guys have been complaining about being really tight. So those right side tires are going to be tough. Oh, I believe Joey just hit the wall there coming off turn 2.
Yes, he did, and that's going to.
Oh, we got a spin in the back. Dave Krajewski is backwards on the back straightaway. I believe he's going to. No, they're going to throw a yellow for it. I thought he was going to be able to get that thing back rolling.
Yeah, it looks like maybe a single car incident. We'll have to go back and see. If I was betting, man, I'd say he probably tagged the wall out of 2 there, but.
Oh, he tagged the wall all right. Just wasn't the wall you were thinking of.
No, not at all. He'll go back and maybe get a little onboard shot of him coming out of 2 here. Just gets loose. And, oh, man.
Yeah, you just see how fast that thing snaps around coming off of turn 2. You just see what these drivers are fighting here tonight.
Well, I'll tell you what. I think now is the time we're probably going to see a lot of people coming down pit road. Because you can... I would assume that you can make it to the end from here on fuel, so...
Yeah, a lot of drivers, as you mentioned, did go down pit road. I think the 30 of Logan... Hold on, I'm going to say it. Threlkeld. See, I messed it up too. Let him down pit road. No, I lied. Evan Pienta actually let him down pit road. Evan Pienta was in the 5th position and decided to peel off onto pit road, so... Yeah, strategy, and it's all going to revolve that tire strategy. So a lot of these drivers up front, our top 4, and what is that? Tristan. So pretty much our top 10 all stayed out. Looks like it was just Evan Pienta that came down pit road on that in the kind of the top 10. So these guys feel like their tires are still good, or they just want to kind of save that set for maybe the last 25 laps or so. Maybe run this thing all the way out.
Yeah, we can see on the left side of the screen now just the amount of cars that are still out on the original tires, and I mean, this is just when they pit. It doesn't necessarily mean they took tires, but yeah, it's just about outside of Patrick O'Toole, or yeah, it's up to about 15th place. Still has not pitted.
Well, we are definitely double filed back up. Going to go green this time by. One of the guys that kind of just made a lot of moves throughout this is actually Tristan Mayhew and Brian Brobes. Both started outside the top 10, and they're up here in 6th and 7th right now. Definitely going to keep an eye on those guys. So I don't know when this all transpired, but Chris Smith did lose the lead. Scotty Sobzak's actually our leader. He's going to be restarting on the outside, so he has command of this restart. And he is going to go early. A little bit of contact between him and Joey there. I don't know if you saw that there, Johnny. A little bit of restart beef there.
Yeah, probably trying to get as close as he can to hear his car when he fires off. But that's one of the advantages of taking the high side on a restart. Try to catch that inside car off guard.
Yeah, Scotty Sobzak with a big lead, and you pretty much got the rest of the top 5 there side by side. As you can see here, the battle is on. And I think that top line right now is prevailing.
Yeah, it seems that way, but yeah, this battle with Josh Ward and Joey Stankiewicz will tell the tale. Chris French is able to use that high side momentum, and looks like he's going to be able to get by Joey as well.
Yeah, the field's pretty much single filed out. There's really no battles going on besides back here with Garrett Lane. He sent it into turn 1 there underneath that 21 machine of Ryan Hinkle, who just tagged the wall a little bit there coming off of the corner. But they're battling going off into turn 3 here. Garrett's been slowly making some progress through the field since his EOL penalty at the beginning of the race. It's pretty much made half the ground up. He's up in 13th right now. So that 8 machine's showing a little bit of speed early on here.
Yes, he is. Definitely, yeah, halfway up through the field so far. And, yeah, definitely a good run for Garrett. Let's see, and up front, Joey is dropping like a rock now. So, we might have just missed something, because he fell back quite a bit. Oh, my.
Oh, got just shoved into the wall there, yeah.
Tristan Mayhew, and it's going to allow Brian Brooks to get by as well.
Yeah, you know that 64 machine, the driver behind that machine right now is probably very frustrated. Restarted in the inside, front row there on this restart, and he is falling back hard. He's down to 7th place right now.
Yeah, I think he may be getting bullied a little bit too, so that makes it even worse, right? It's one thing to just, drop back a little bit, but when you're getting shoved out of the way. But
well, welcome to Rockingham.
Yeah.
But like I said, the tire strategies too are playing in effect. I mean, we're seeing kind of the guys that kind of started mid-pack, kind of were saving it, are actually starting to make their way up to the front with these leaders. You see Chris Smith, who started pole, right now is in 2nd, but Scotty Sobczak started in 6th today, and he's already up to 1st. But those two guys I was talking about, Tristan and Brian, they're who started right outside the top 10 there. They're already up to 5th and 6th now.
Yeah, we can see it here. Positions gained or lost since the start in the top 20 here. It looks like Patrick O'Toole is the one up the most, 13 spots up from his starting position. And yeah, Sobczak's up 5, but Sobczak is hard in the wall out of 4. We have a caution.
We have a caution, yeah. Looks like I see Paul Hahn back here backwards, as well as Benson Weaver. Definitely have to go back and take a look at that. Oh, our in-race reporter, Chase Berry, was also involved. I see some significant damage on that machine. Oh, yeah, you see Benson get a little loose there, and I came right up on front of the nose of the 46. He had nowhere to go. Hard impact in the inside wall. Oh, man. That was tough. I was going to try to bring him in for a quick chat under a yellow, but I think I'm going to wait on that one. I think we're going to wait on it. But he'll be able to go there and get his damage fixed.
Let him do that. Maybe get checked and released from the infield care center first, too. But yeah, we just see Benson completely sideways. Saves it, but comes up in front of Chase. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely nothing Chase Berry could do there. I mean, Benson just got completely sideways. I mean, it looked like he had it saved, too. I'm just, yeah, that's definitely tough. Definitely tough.
Yeah, we'll get one more review from Chase's perspective here. And very unfortunate. You see Benson was flying there, and it just stepped out, and
yeah, almost had it collected. Almost. But hey, that brings us to our 4th caution, I believe. We're on our 4th caution tonight.
Yeah, I believe so. And yeah, I mean, we're getting close to halfway through here. So, man, I don't know. It's going to be hard to say. It looks like we did have some shake-up up front. Looks like Chris Smith, Scotty Sobczak. A lot of these guys have pitted, and that's going to hand the lead over to I believe Josh Ward and Rob Lidl
Yeah.
with that recovery
Rob
from
Lidl.
that early incident.
Yeah, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Rob Lidl does have a set of fresh tires on that machine.
Yeah,
But
we'll
I
have
may
to
be wrong.
see.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, the drivers are heading off into turn 3 here. Rob Lidl on the outside, but like you mentioned, Josh Ward's going to have command of this restart. Logan back there in third. It's good to see James Barker and Cam Gillens up here as well, but they're on that kind of longer tire strategy.
It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out, but the pace car is off. Green flag is out. Josh Ward with a great jump on the inside, able to clear Lidl, and that allows Logan to kind of squeeze in for second place here.
Yeah, a lot of these guys have pitted. Been in earlier incidents. It's good to see them back up in the front, but the battle back here with Dade Krajewski back here in 10th, they're stacking up big in front of him here. It's Aiden Neese. Oh, man, that was close. Kind of sends Dade Krajewski up into the wall and out of the way. But the rest of the field are stacking up big in front of them.
Oh, my. Yeah, this is pure chaos back here. This is the Hornet's Nest, and we got a lot of guys on different tires and fuel strategies. Everybody's trying to sort it out.
Yeah, that's a great job so far of keeping it going straight. But Laura Wiseman's kind of getting bullied right now. Cam Gillens up on the outside, off the pace. I was about to say nice and slow. I don't know where that was coming from. But, Laura gets into the wall behind him, but they keep it going. Man, the action's ramped up to 100 right now. Oh man, you see that back there. Who was that? Tony the Tiger Machine, Robert Brobst. But we got a spin off of him in turn 4. He's down on the apron. I think that's Aiden Neese. Is he going to be able to save it? He does. He keeps it going down there on the apron, but the chaos, that Hornet's Nest that Johnny spoke of, is still freaking ramping up right now.
Yeah, this is absolute chaos. We see one around. Dade Krajewski on the backstretch. Caution is out.
We knew it wasn't going to last, Johnny. Knew it wasn't going to last.
It's amazing that it lasted as long as it did. Yeah.
And I think it was just a self-spin.
We'll see if we can get a good view of it here. Yeah, once again, same thing. Coming off 2, just gets loose and able to lock it down. A little bit of contact with the inside wall, but that's not going to be too harmful to Dade tonight. He'll be able to recover from that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's going to get his final warning tonight, too.
Yeah, that would be his second, so I believe he will get a 1-lap penalty for second.
Yeah, there's some kind of, strict cautions, kind of rules here. So we try to keep the racing as clean as possible, right? So the first ones, racing happens, and then the second one you'll get a little bit more of a penalty. But if you cause 3, they do ask you to park for the night. So it's a good little point system or penalty system. I feel that way about it. So try to promote the clean racing.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, try to keep everybody, under wraps here, But yeah. So while we're under caution here, we do have a few people in the chat. We have Ballin TV says, "Let's go Santa." In case you didn't know, Santa is Logan Threlkeld. That is his nickname.
Oh, good job.
Not sure why, other than him bringing the gift of joy to everybody in the sim racing universe here. But then we have Ben Keese. Let's go Stankiewicz. And yeah, Joey had that issue early, and looks like he's back at about 13th, still hanging on. So yeah, we'll see if he's able to get back through the field. We have my dad saying that he's still looking for my car. Well, keep looking.
It's there. It's there. I'm telling you.
And we got another Logan fan. Heather says, "Go number 30."
Well, Logan right now is running in the second position on the outside on this restart here. One of the drivers we've seen kind of have a little bit of struggle with tires there a little bit, but good to see still up in second place. Josh Ward, Rob Liedl, earlier incident. We got James Barker. We had a lot of a shake-up on that last kind of restart. I mean, the chaos was just, it was wild. But Chris Smith and Scotty Zobzak have made their way back up to 7th and 8th place kind of after all that chaos. But yeah, pace car's about to dip off, and Josh Ward's about to kind of do this restart for the 6th time today.
Yep, another good jump on the inside line, and Liedl wasn't really able to capitalize on that like we've seen everybody else, so Logan's going to hold steady in second here.
Yeah, you can already see the Hornet's Nest already building back up back here with Laura Wiseman and that 84 machine. Kind of got up into the wall there a little bit, kind of made him force 3 wide behind him. Evan Pienta took advantage of that and still trying to charge through. Maybe, trying to stick it into a hole that wasn't there. But thought better of it and kind of falls in line. But, man, look at this. 2, 3 wide. Who's that around? Oh, big crash down the back straightaway here. Ryan Rose involved. Robert Brobst. Trishan Mayhew. Looks like Jacob Phillips also involved. Big pileup coming off turn 2 here.
Yeah, I believe this started with Robert. It looked like they were 3 wide and kind of just ran out of room. We'll have to get a new view of this and see what exactly transpired. And
oh, yeah. Just kind of. Oh, Patrick O'Toole also involved in that. I did not see that. But yeah, you've seen where the 5 and the 00 just kind of met coming off turn 2 there. 3 wide. I mean, 2 wide on this track coming out of turn 2 is tough. But these guys were 3 wide. Knew it wasn't going to work. Looked like Robert tried to back out of it, but just clipped him. As you can see right here, we're kind of just, well, actually, we're in turn 1. Man, where am I at? You can see he kind of backs out of it, but ain't a whole lot you can do when it happens so fast. And yeah, Brian Rose just an unlucky recipient of that. And yeah, it looks like Patrick O'Toole just seen the wreck, kind of hit the brakes, and around she went into the inside wall. Yeah, Jacob Phillips also looked like, not sure if he got damaged. No, he was able to, oh yeah, he tagged the wall pretty hard there on the outside. I see a lot of damage there.
yeah, we'll see that. Looks like, yeah, another case of just probably getting the brakes, having the bias pretty low here, and yeah, got a little loose.
I'm actually glad you brought that up because when we were talking with a lot of drivers earlier, they're running like low 50s brake bias. So, I mean, that's extremely low. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if these guys hit the brakes really hard. You know, that thing's snapping around.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. Especially, well, not that we're going to have green flag pit stops, but we could have seen that be a big issue if that happened. But it looks like we had some more takers up front. That's going to leave Logan with the lead here. And we'll see if we can try to pull up this last pit lap. And
yeah, I think
I'm not sure if this is the lap they pitted or if it's how long it's been since they pitted, but
that one will definitely be that one should be how long they've pitted.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll know one day what we're doing.
We'll get back to the the intervals, but yeah, up front, Logan Threckhout. God, that was the worst one yet. And James Barker holding on to second place. Chris Smith has worked his way back up into the top 5. Chris French right behind him, and Rob Liedl hanging on to 5th, or Scotty Sobczak. Yeah, Rob Liedl 5th.
Well, the pace truck dips off here. Logan's going to fire off and cross the line to complete halfway in this race. Gets a great jump on the outside. James Barker, actually probably one of the better restarts we've seen from the guy on the inside, but we have an immediate caution. Big pileup on the front straightaway. Danforth, Cam Gillens. I mean, there's cars everywhere. Well, I definitely have to go back and re-look at this one.
Yeah, I see a lot of damage on that '07 machine. We'll have to see. Maybe that's a good one to start with. See exactly what happened here. Oh, it
Oh
started
yeah,
up
it started. Definitely started in front of him.
It's like
You know,
Danforth, maybe Garrett Lane.
I guarantee you we'll probably have one of the case of somebody going when we weren't supposed to. It made everyone else go.
Yeah. Let's see if we
It
can.
kind of looks like it. I think it starts around with Garrett Lane, the 8 machine.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a good little view here, but
Oh yeah, see, yeah, well, it kind of happened on the outside too, but you seen somebody fired off early in the pack here, and I'm really unsure who, but this I did see the 64 fire off, and them seeing him kind of fire off early triggered the rest of the field to start going. And then when that checkup happens, because the leader hasn't gone yet, this is the result.
yes, definitely. Man, that was a rough one. It's about maybe 10 or so cars involved, and yeah, I mean we see at least a few guys were able to bring it to a stop all the way back there and not pile into the wreck, but
Yeah, a lot of these drivers too probably going to be a little frustrated because they've used their freebie already. And one of those being, I believe Paul Hahn's already used it. I think Jacob Phillips used it. Garrett Lane, I believe, used it. So, yeah, these guys are going to have some serious damage after this little altercation here. Jake Maki, I know for sure, and he had a lot of contact in that wreck as well.
yeah, we can go back and see. Man, oh, everything's there. Whether or not it's on there good, who knows? Definitely a lot of damage on the rear end, but
Well, that was caution number 7. Yeah, caution number 7 tonight.
yeah, we started off okay, but it's definitely giving us some Five Flags flashbacks at this at this point. But
Yeah. Man,
ugh,
didn't expect this much, chaos, but who am I kidding? Yeah, we did. We love this kind of chaos. That's what brings us here each week.
yes, it is. Well, once again, for the I think it's the 24th time tonight, the lights are out on the pace truck, and it will be making its way to pit road. Logan Threlkeld is starting on the high side this time with Chris French in tow. James Parker on the inside, and yeah, good launch on the outside.
Yeah, that was an amazing launch there. Kind of sticks to that outside line, doesn't bring it to the bottom. But mid-pack right now is where the chaos is happening. We got Josh Ward just sends it down to almost to the apron, making a pass there.
Yeah, we see this up front, though. I believe Chris Smith has tires where these guys do not. The Chris's do. Chris French and Chris Smith. We'll see who's able to get by these cars that have stayed out first.
Yes, Scotty Zobzak, another one with fresh tires. But you seen Chris French there just kind of, had to check up there for James Barker. Oh, he kisses the wall there a little bit. We're 3 wide off turn 4.
Oh, my. Barker's still in the fence, able to gather it up, and yeah, that allows Chris French to kind of get the nose ahead of Chris Smith here.
Yeah, we got a car getting shoved up in the wall here. They keep it going straight up. I believe it was Rob Liedl. Oh, yeah, Rob Liedl leaned up on James Parker there. And, yeah, but they kept it going straight. Kind of all over the place right now. Trying to keep up with all this action.
It's hard to do. Yeah, we see this huge pack back here. Liedl, Aiden Neese, Ryan Phillips.
Yeah, the one really making the moves right now is Josh Ward. You see him down there on the bottom. He's just kind of forcing these 3 wides, but he's making them work and making the passes. As you can see him just kind of almost get away with it there. I was about to say almost 2 for 1, but they're still 3 wide coming off turn 4. These guys need to straighten it up before they hit turn 2. We've seen how the chaos happens when we're 3 wide off turn 2, but nobody's lifting, nobody's giving. Are they going to survive? No, at the expense of the car on the outside, and they keep it together. Yes, they do. Generally, one person will give in those situations, but these guys are going after it, and Ryan Phillips paid the price there.
Yeah, smoked the wall, got into Laura. Definitely lucky that that was not more of an incident than it was. And
As we say that, and the leaders were almost 3 wide, and they are right now second place. But Chris French has just regained, leading the race for the first time tonight. And Chris Smith is trying to regain second place underneath Logan here, who's kind of fighting strong on those older tires.
yeah, it's definitely not a. I know we haven't had a whole lot of green flag laps.
Oh, we got a spin.
Scotty
Scotty Sobczak backwards on the back straightaway. That's definitely going to throw a yellow out.
Yeah, we have a second incident back here with Ryan Hinkle and James Danforth.
I'm not sure what's going on with Danforth. Oh, yeah, we had a separate accident with James Danforth, but they were able to.
Oh,
Oh, no, we had. Sorry, I was looking at the other incident. But yeah, this one, James Barker kind of just slid up and just tagged Scotty Sobczak. There's nothing Scotty could do.
Yeah, definitely hard impact to the wall. Doesn't look like a lot of damage, but hey, I could be wrong. We're going to have to go back and see this incident between Danforth and Hinkle. We see it kind of.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he gets
Yeah, it looks like Cam Gillens kind of threw a Hail Mary going into turn 1. Wasn't able to keep it down on the bottom. Just tags Danforth, and Danforth, yeah, couldn't save it right in front of Hinkle and Tristan. Nothing they can do. You see Chase Berry back there, but squeaks by on the outside.
We also saw Mackey spinning around. Yeah, once again, it looks like slowing down, maybe locked the rears up, and yeah, he caught the outside wall pretty hard there.
Yeah, those low brake biases, man, they're tough. When you hit the brakes to try to avoid a wreck, that thing will snap around quick on you. Speaking from experience.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened there. I'll tell you what, I feel bad for our race controller, Randy Bechtel, here tonight. Definitely, he's getting a workout. I'm sure wearing the buttons out on his mouse for all these penalties and whatnot. But
yeah, he's definitely got his work cut out for him today. But, are we going to count that as caution 8 and 9 because it was 2 wrecks at the same time? We're just going to call it caution number 8, right?
yeah, I don't know, maybe 25. Who knows? But
well, I don't know if we mentioned, but we got Buddy Barker in the chat yelling for Go James. I know he was just involved in that kind of incident there. Didn't take no damage, but was involved in that one. But hey, still got, 35 laps to go? Plenty of time.
Yeah, plenty of time to work his way back through the field. I'm not sure if I think he may have gotten an EOL for causing that one.
Yep. Yeah, he was... I believe race control was given in EOLs for both those wrecks.
Yeah. Well, back up front. Ready for another restart. Chris French and Chris Smith. Chris French has the control on the outside.
It's the Chris and Chris show.
Yeah,
Chris definitely got a kind of a bump there from Evan Pienta behind him. So Chris and Evan are side by side right now for second place, as well as right behind him, Brian Brobst, another driver that we were talking about earlier, making a lot of moves to the front. He's up there in the 4th position in that number 11 machine.
I'll tell you what, Evan Pienta is a man on a mission right now, making that high side work and giving chase to Chris French.
Yeah, I think these guys kind of read the room on how the race is going to go. These guys are just ramping it up to the extreme right now. Just made it tire wear, it all matter, right? So I mean, you can see that from Evan. He just sends it down into the bottom of 3 and 4. Mix up like 2 to 3 car lengths on Chris French there. And just pulls in. He's within 2 to 3 car lengths right now from that lead. But Chris Smith behind him got a huge run. And he's going to be trying to look to the outside, possibly to make the pass.
Yeah, it looks like Evan almost gets door to door with Chris there. And yeah, that high side momentum just seems to be prevailing right now.
Yeah, look how close Chris French is running up next to the wall there in 3 and 4. Oh, we got Evan Pienta and Brian Bropes there. Cat tag the wall there coming off of turn 4, but they keep it going. Hopefully that doesn't affect their car too much. Doesn't look like it because Evan's right now still trying to charge at Chris French for that lead.
Absolutely, yeah. We see it. Man, we haven't seen anybody run that high. Chris French is making it work right now. Kind of pulling back away from Evan and Chris. And
no, we haven't talked about him much. But Ryan Rose kind of just secretly was involved in that one wreck early on, but he's up to the 9th position right here, right behind Garrett Lane. And that 78 machine made his way back up to the top 10. He was running towards the back for most of this race, so probably got some fresher tires and starting to make his move to the front here with only 30, well, coming to 31 to go.
yeah, we see Garrett tag the wall there a little bit. Not enough to allow Ryan underneath of him, but yeah, definitely a solid rebound from that incident earlier. And yeah, looking at the top 10. See a little battle back here. Max Cost and Ryan Phillips. Ryan Phillips tags the wall.
That was a hard lick to that outside wall. Now he's got Patrick O'Toole to worry about behind him.
And there we see Logan trying to fight his way back through the field here after finally coming in and pitting. Oh,
we got a car wrecked on the back straightaway here. I believe that's Paul Hahn. Yep, the yellow is not going to come out. I have to go back and take a look at what happened there, but no yellow. He is on pit road now, so yeah, we're still under green.
Yeah, same thing we've seen earlier with Dave. Just gets loose, locks it down, gets into the inside wall. Oh,
Patrick yeah, I see
O'Toole
Patrick
around this
O'Toole.
time.
Yeah. Turn 2, right, Johnny? Turn 2.
Calamity corner for sure.
I believe this is another incident of 3 wide off turn 2.
We'll go back and take a look. We see he's battling here with Danforth, and yeah, Dade kind of sends it in 3 wide.
Dade, I think on fresher tires, sticks his nose under there, and Danforth a little bit of net code there, but it's definitely tight coming off turn 2 here, especially 3 wide, and at the expense of Patrick O'Toole and
yeah, what, that was it was a great job by Patrick to kind of lock him down there and minimize his contact with the wall. We'll maybe go back and get on board with that.
Oh, Patrick O'Toole's wrecking here under yellow.
Oh, we're gonna have to speed this up a little bit, see if we can see that.
Yeah. Yeah, just definitely had, 3 wide situation there for that yellow. It's tough. I mean, these drivers trying to get everything they can, but yeah, 3 wide off turn 2, man. It's how many times have we seen it be successful here?
Not very many. I mean, there has been.
I mean, the car on the outside most likely has to give it up, or because if not, we've seen it with Ryan Phillips when he hit the wall. All the other crashes that we've had. So, but yeah, we're reaching our kind of 3/4 mark here. All the different tire strategies are kind of in play right now, and a lot of drivers just pitted. So most of the top 10 just pitted, so they'll be on fresher tires, and that'll put Chris French still stayed out, and you got Max Cost still up there. He'll be second. Logan in the 30 machine will be third. And oh man, look at who we got up here after the 2 incidents that we've had tonight. Dave Krajewski's up here in 4th place, looking strong.
Yep, really good rebound for Dade. And yeah, I'll tell you, the one to watch right now is going to be Logan, because I think he's going to have the freshest tires in the top 5 or 6 there.
Yep.
I imagine Chase is
Well, look,
probably on some
I was
sort
about
of
to say
tire
it.
strategy as well. But
Our in-race reporter up there in 6 after that one wreck he was in. So curious to see on how the tire strategies and all the different strategies in play here when we got 25 laps to go when we cross the line here.
yeah, we see a little bit of confusion getting lined up back there.
Yeah.
Hopefully they get it.
Danforth,
sorted
Cam
out.
Gillens, yeah, they're trying to get in their correct positions here before we go green. Looks like they got it all together. Yeah, they should have it all together here. But yeah, pace truck is off, and Chris French on that outside gets the jump. Look at him, just leaves him in the dust on that restart. Logan gets stuck behind Max Cost, and he is already attacking on the inside off of 2, but with those fresher tires, he'll definitely probably have the momentum off of 2. But here comes Dave Krajewski. Look at this huge run. They're going to looks 3 wide in the corner. No, thinks better of it. It rides in behind Logan there. I thought he was going to send it, and he thought better of it. But Chase Berry's fighting on the outside of Dade right now as they cross the line, 4th and 5th right now.
Yeah, definitely. Man, it's go time now. You're going to see a lot of.
Oh, they're tight. There goes Dade. He's around. Laura's the recipient of that. He comes back up the track. Oh, no. They all avoid him. Look at that. Great heads-up driving from the group there. And I think that was going to be it for Mr. Dade Krajewski tonight. But we'll see.
Yeah, I feel like he already
Laura.
knows it too. But
Laura was up on 2 wheels. I thought we were about to have another rollover tonight. We had one last week. We almost had another one. Look at that. Oh, up on 2 wheels. And was able to keep it going straight. Great
yeah,
heads-up
they
driving.
almost saved that. And there was a second incident behind with the 98. Probably a checkup, seeing what was happening in front of them, but.
Yeah, I mean, because when you see a car just come, oh no, yeah, you were right. It was 2 different because James Barker also he wrecked checking up for James Barker. So, but yeah, when you see a bright gold car start turning right on the back straightaway, yeah, everyone's gonna slam the brakes and.
Yeah, definitely not what you're expecting as you kind of,
Yeah.
cross
Yeah,
the
so you
plane
see the
there
accident ahead.
and-
Yeah, James just got really loose. I don't even think James probably seen it. I think he just got loose kind of naturally off of 2 there, but great heads-up driving from that 98, though. Yes, there was a little bit of contact, but that could have been a lot worse. He seen it coming early, and, I mean, he locked him up. Did a good job.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look like he's got a lot of front-end damage, so he may be okay.
Oh, what is going on back here? I don't know if you saw that.
No, I believe I missed it.
Get back a little
Oh, yeah,
bit.
we got a wreck
Somebody
back here in the
just-
back.
Yeah, who is that? Let's see.
It's Cam Gillens, the 07 machine, spun out under yellow here, and looks like he collected Max Cost. Yeah, he backed up onto the track. Yeah. He just flipped her in reverse, and Max had nowhere to go. Oh, that's tough break because he just pitted for tires. And now he's got some significant damage. Actually, it doesn't look too bad, but still not what he wanted.
Yeah, I think that
So
was a
we're lined
case
up
of
here.
him, catching the pace car a little too fast and probably slamming those brakes and spinning out. Definitely.
Yeah, so we've definitely seen brakes be a problem tonight. Can't hit them very hard, but I'm going to tell you what, we got 20 laps to go. Chris French right now still in control on that outside. Logan's made his way back up to 2nd place. But our in-race kind of reporter here, the 46 machine, we'll have to catch him on the next one, man. He's riding in 3rd, and who's that up there? That's Rob Liedl, who is involved in that kind of heavy impact on the inside, back straightaway wall. Got it fixed up. He's in 4th place right now. And Scotty Sobzak right behind Chase. So a lot of guys had a lot of trouble, but they found their way back up to the front here with 20 to go.
Yeah, it's definitely been a bit of a lottery, whether you're up front or not. A little checkup from Liedl on the outside, but Chris French with a great restart. Logan's able to clear for 2nd on what I assume is fresher tires, and we'll see if he's able to make this move. He was unable to do it in the run prior, so
Yeah, Rob Lidl and Chase Berry there made a little bit of contact on the back straightaway as Chase is trying to clear him. It looks like he will. But Rob Lidl under attack from Evan Pienta, who we've seen have a lot of speed early on.
Yeah, we see Evans just able to get into the corner so much harder than anybody else, and whether or not that's helping him or hurting him, it seems to be helping now as he gets by Lidl for 4th place.
Yeah, we haven't seen much of him, but I'm going to bring him up. I got Chris Smith back here battling for ninth position right now. Against Ryan Rose, kind of when he lost that lead early on, he's kind of hasn't quite made his way back up to the front. These cautions probably haven't been helping, but he's starting to make his way up to the front here with only, what, we got 17 laps to go. We got a couple cars on the wall up here. Look like Chase Berry tagged the wall, and Evan Pienta's got to capitalize on it, make that pass. And man, I don't know. I think Chase Berry might be on some old tires. He's in the wall again up here.
Yeah, he's definitely he's using up the track there.
Oh,
I'll tell you
Logan
what, though.
with a big checkup. Big checkup off turn 2 there, and it forced Chase to go to the inside. But Joey back here in that 64 machine, and he's looking already to capitalize on these two because these two can't make up their minds on what lines they want to run.
Yeah, another great recovery here from Stankiewicz. You know, he was running up front earlier, kind of fell back. Some pit strategy, and seems to be playing out in his favor right now as he's battling in 5th place with Chase Berry and Logan.
Yeah, the man on the move right now is that 28 machine of Chris Smith. He has already made 3 positions in the last 2 laps as he's passing Josh Ward here. This is for 7th, and looking on Sobzak for 6th. That
tight racing here. Josh Ward and Brian Brobst, and just pretty much, you know, that old 8 wheels turn better than a 4 deal through 1 and 2 there.
Definitely does, except off turn 2. Yeah, these guys, I mean, we're pretty much 2 wide through the field right now. And got a couple of cars. Oh, no. It's able to keep it going. Oh, man, I completely lost my screen there. Chase Berry, and it looks like Joey made contact off 2, but I think Joey got tight, hit the wall. They were able to keep it going, but we have another yellow on the track.
Yeah, it looks like Jacob Nickerson again here. Maybe another self-spin.
Not sure. We'll definitely have to take a look at it. He's behind Aiden Neese, but he's pretty far behind Aiden Neese here. As they go off into 2, Aiden's kind of exiting pretty high. And oh, yeah, Aiden hits the wall hard. Oh, massive, massive damage.
Yeah, that one
Yes,
is
we have-
unfortunate.
Joey also spun down here on the back straightaway as well. Oh, yeah, big checkup for the pace car. That was low brake bias.
Yeah, how many times have we seen that tonight? Well, I think now is probably the best time. Well, maybe not, because he might be in the middle of pitting. But our in-race reporter, Chase Berry, we could maybe pull him up. And
yeah, let's pull him up. I'm odd to see why he pitted here. With only a handful of laps to go, let's pull him up here with us. Chase Berry, got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, we're bringing you in here with only 10 to go, and I see you went down pit road while you were running up in 3rd, man. Tell us what's going on right now.
I don't know. I mean, I didn't have everybody around me's got freshy sets, and I don't know, just the way the tide is. And also I paid for the set of tires. Might as well use the set of tires. So I don't know. Maybe we get lucky with it. Looks that we can blow by some of these guys. If I'm right, I should line up 19th, 17th, 19th, 18th right there. I don't know. See what I can get. I mean, I probably just wasted a good finish, but whatever.
I know we're going to be lined up for 1 to green here, but you got a preferred line. I see a lot of drivers running low, a lot running high, run in the middle. What do you think is going to get you to the front?
Maybe wherever they're not. I know now I've got the
Good luck with that, right?
Yeah, I've got the freshie sets in the whole field right now, so I'm gonna just hopefully not drive like a Richard, but I'm gonna drive like a Richard.
All right, man. Well, good luck. You're gonna be starting from 21st, not
Yeah,
17th. So good luck,
And,
and
yeah.
hopefully catch you at the end here, man.
I mean, Dale did it from 18th, so
Yeah, that was also Talladega. So good luck.
Good luck. Right up front, we got Chris French and Evan Pienta.
I somehow moved myself. Anyways, well, as you mentioned, up here in the front row, I'm curious to see how Evan does on this restart. He's been very strong on restarts. Chris is lined up, and he's going to fire early, kind of slow down. Oh, they make contact! It's out Chris French.
Is
Huge
awful.
checkup's
I've
about
lost
to happen.
the field here. I apologize. There we
It was
go.
a huge checkup on that restart there. As we
Oh,
got a
my. Three
we got a big
wide,
crash
they're
off the back
wrecking
straightaway.
everywhere.
Yeah, Chris French was around.
See Lidl.
Paul Hahn in it. I mean, there was like 3 wrecks. We probably should start with the restart.
I'm not going to be able to get the restart, but if you can pull it up, we can go back and
Yeah.
get that side by side, kind of. You're going to need to share.
Hold on, let me- Yeah, give
so
me
we'll
one
get
second.
back
Yeah,
and-
because I know.
We'll start with this then. And we see Lidl and French. Lidl tags the wall. Those two just kind of come together and bounce back up onto the track. Oh, my. We see contact with the 63 and the 7, and looked like Patrick O'Toole was also involved. See if we can
Yeah, that
catch.
Extremely chaotic.
Oh,
what's going
Chase
on
Barry bunny hopping down the backstretch. Oh, my. Yeah, so let's see if we can get your perspective of this restart here. We got a...
Yeah, you could definitely see here, you know, the Evan Pienta and Chris French. When Chris fires, Evan just tags his left rear, causes a huge stack up. And from that, you know, they kind of all stacked up here, but the wreck kind of happened here off of turn 2. You see all the checkers in front of him, boom. Him and Rob Lidl make contact, and yeah, death ensued. Look at that. Hard carnage.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'd imagine a lot of fast repairs are used up, and if you didn't use them yet, you're going to have to.
Yeah.
now.
Well, definitely have to kind of go back and see where everybody lines up after all of that chaos. And it all really started, you know, with that kind of lead there. That, I mean, with Evan Pienta there, I just caused a huge checkup. So, man, there's so much going on. I don't even know what caution we're on. I think we're on 10 now.
Yeah,
But one
well,
thing
we're
I
running out
wanted
of
to
time.
look at, was if Chase Berry made it through or not, because I know he was back there and I don't see him on the track anymore. No, he's got significant damage. He's definitely done tonight.
Chase did not make it through. He got kind of piled into the wall. I said it jokingly, but I think we are almost out of time in the session. I don't know if you can see that, but we might only
Yeah, we
get
got
one
time.
chance.
We still got. Yeah, we got a whole hour. We're good.
All right. Yep. So
Right now-
Joey Stankiewicz got the outside. He's got the lead after that chaotic restart, and yeah, he's going to have to fend off Chris Smith.
Yeah, Chris Smith's been very, very strong. Kind of fresher tires of the group, at least from what it looks like. I mean, he was making passes on the bottom, but Joey's going to have command of this restart and the preferred line. He gets about a 2-car length gap, but Chris Smith, he's going to kind of pinch Chris Smith there, but Chris is there. As they're coming off turn 2, that fresher tires is definitely paying out for him as everyone else stacks up behind him.
Chris Smith on the inside. We see Evan Pienta all the way out into the wall. Big stack up into Scotty Sobzak, but we are side by side for the lead with just 5 laps to go here.
Yeah, I want to point out Scotty Sobczak there, good heads-up driving, having to check up for that. I mean, yeah, he lost about 4 or 5 spots, but that could have been a huge crash if he didn't. Josh Schwartz pinching the outside line there, but the battle for the lead is on, and Chris Smith finally makes the pass, but Evan Pienta's going to try and capitalize on kind of Joey being a little bit more off the pace than them.
Yeah, we saw Chris completely sideways out of 2 there, still able to keep that momentum and get the lead. Evan Pienta trying to make it work off of 2. It gets a little tight, but
man,
able to keep it going.
That was extremely tight as they're coming to 3 laps to go when they cross the line, but the battle is on right now for second place. He clears them, but now he's got... Oh, we got a wreck on the front straightaway. Logan's around. Looks like Josh Ford's going to keep it going. No yellow on the track right now. No yellow on the track still. They're still under green. 2 laps to go.
Yeah, we just, man, we saw it. Evan Pienta's able to clear there with that incident happening behind, and he has his sights set on Chris Smith for the win of this race.
Yeah, it's crossing the line. Popsicle sticks up in the air. 2 to go. Everyone in the field's pretty much split up from that incident that happened. The next battle on the track right now is James Danforth battling Brian Brobst for 6th. But Evan Pienta, is he going to be able to... We got a wreck on the back straightaway. Brian Brobst in the wall. James Danforth. Is that going to be the yellow? It is. Chris Smith could see the line, could see the white flag, but he's not going to get it. We're going to have a green, white checker finish here.
Oh, my. Yeah, we saw that. It looked like Brian and Danforth.
Yeah, Danforth. I think commentators cursed him there. They were running, 6th and 7th position. Strong runs. Yeah, it looks like Brian tagged the wall, came down and collected Danforth there. Oh, we also had a secondary kind of crash with Garrett Lane when he rejoined the track off in turn 3. Oh, hard wreck. Hard wreck. Looks like, who's that? Ryan Phillips inside of his car. Yeah, Garrett tried to make it, couldn't. Probably broke the steering. Yeah, you seen his wheel cranked left. Broke the steering and nothing he could do.
Yeah, I think we get a view of that from Ryan. Man, he probably had no clue that there was a car coming straight up onto the track there. So
yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, it looks like the caution's going to be put on. Yeah, look at that. You can see his steering. Just see him cranked to the left, right? That steering was broken on that car. There was nothing that Ryan Phillips could do. And there was nothing Garrett Lane could do. I mean, he had no steering going into that corner.
Yeah, we've seen it before. I mean, hey, I've been there. You make some contact, and hey, the thing just ain't going to turn, and it ain't going to slow down. So you're along for the ride. Well,
it'd help if I unmuted myself.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, we're going to try this one more time. We have one attempt. It should be one attempt at a green, white, checkered finish. It's like Chris Smith is going to opt for the high side with Evan Pienta starting second on the inside. Joey Stankowick still in the mix here. He's had an up and down day, but still has a chance to maybe capitalize on these guys battling for the lead. And
yeah, look who's made a kind of surprise appearance up here in 5th place, right? We were talking about it earlier. Rye Rose slowly making his way up to the front. Still has a chance to, pull off a good top 3 here. So we'll see how this all plays out. But keep in mind, we only have one attempt at a green, white, checkered. So no matter what happens, we're going to either take the white or the yellow. That's going to be our next flag. We're lining up. Chris Smith only has this restart. If he can capitalize on this restart, I don't think anybody's going to be able to catch him. But the pace the pace truck is dipping off now. Chris Smith is in command. They hit the restart zone. When's he going to fire? He waits about halfway through and goes, and he just takes off away from the field here. So the battle now is on for second place with Scotty Sobczak and Evan Pienta. We got some hard contact back there in the back. We got a wreck back there in the back. Is it going to bring out the yellow? It's not. We're going to race this thing out. Evan Pienta attacking Scotty's Sobzak, but Scotty's going to make the pass on the outside, but I don't think he's going to have enough time to catch that number 28 machine because he is setting sail right now as they come down the back straight away. Yeah, he's still fighting tough there, Johnny.
Still fighting tough, but it's not going to be enough. Coming out of turn 4 here, Chris Smith, second.
Oh, we got a big wreck in turn 4. Huge wreck in turn 4. We'll have to go back and take a look at it. But Chris Smith is going to win our second race of the season in that number 28 machine. Most likely give him the points lead. But I'm going to tell you what, that was a crazy, crazy finish.
Yeah, they are still not done wrecking, coming across the line. And, man, what a race. I'll tell you what, Chris Smith, I said second race of the year, but he won the Clash. And, yep. Now, getting right back after it, second race of the official season here. We're going to go back and see if we can see this huge pile of...
Yeah, I would ride along with the 53 machine. It did start with Ryan Rose, but, man, Chris French took a huge lick off into turn 3 here. You can see it started with, William Cameron just shoves the 78 up into the wall. And one thing about iRacing on the white flag, your brake pedal doesn't work anymore. Look at Rose. That Brian Bros cleans them out. Yeah. Look at these guys. They're still coming in full speed, trying to gain up all these positions while everyone's parked backwards, crossing the line. One of the dangers of it, right? We don't have yellow flags on the last lap, so everyone's just... They see a car spin there, they want that position. So, yeah, they pretty much disengaged their brake pedals on the last lap.
Yeah, I don't blame them. You know, it's definitely, you got to get it while you can. We see Robert getting airborne, bunny hopping, and sliding across the line backwards here.
Oh, man, look at this. Oh, that was close. That's got to be a nerve-wracking feeling right there. But he did cross the line, though. Probably not where he wanted to be, but he crossed the line in the 10th position. Or, no, that was not him. I don't know. We'll get the results all squared away here.
Yeah, for now, we're going to step away for just a moment, and we'll be back with our winner interviews here. All right, and we are back. We're going to start out our interview portion here with our third place finisher, Evan Pienta, if he is in Discord.
There he is. Yeah, I'm going to bring him up.
Evan, congratulations on a podium finish here. Man, that was chaotic. Take us through your night and just exactly, man, what you think about that race.
I mean, I didn't get the just to start, I didn't get the qualifying effort I wanted. I kind of waited a little bit to see where guys were running and saw some, I thought they were 23 twos and I got really scared. And I thought when I was running my first lap, I was really slow. And then going down the backstretch on my second lap into 3, I realized they were 24 twos and that I was not as far off. And then I proceeded to drive it into the corner way too deep and threw away my second lap. But tried to make my way up through the field a little bit early on. Got a little bit up there, and then around like lap 25 or so, I decided to come down pit road because if I was in the fuel window, topped off for fuel, didn't take tires when was in the back. And then shortly after, pit again, got tires, and then tried to make my way through the field. Was able to avoid as much carnage as possible. And then kind of slowly through the end there, around that halfway point, me and Chris French, the 53, had a good battle for the lead. I felt like I couldn't run the high side just from experience in the trucks last week and just trying to adjust. Even then, I couldn't really find myself running the top. I felt more comfortable on the bottom, and I felt like the line I was running, I could slowly kind of methodically get up to him and gain more momentum and maybe get a point to where he could mess up on the exit of the corner and kind of get a run down into 3 was really where I thought I could pass him. But unfortunately, the caution came out, and then that one restart after where I was on the inside. I had something I want to look back at. I haven't seen a replay about what happened there, but there was contact, and I didn't. That's the last thing I wanted to happen, because I mean we were having a great battle, running super clean side by side there earlier, and just fortunately we were all able to mostly save it. I think he was able to hang on to it. I don't know what happened later on, but just not what I wanted to happen, but was able to kind of maintain a top 5 spot, and then Chris got by me through all that, and then just having to restart on the inside, just not being able to had to get a longer run to kind of develop a spot to get by the guys up front. So, I mean, happy with the finish, but kind of a lot of things in the race I wasn't really happy about on my end, and kind of just overall for the race itself.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a rough one, but you were able to, man, manage your way through it. You definitely, hey, yeah, you're involved in a little bit of stuff, and hey, it's crazy racing out here tonight. But you were able to hang on, get that 3rd place position, and yeah, before we let you go, do you have anybody you want to thank, any sponsors, shout outs? You can even talk about what's on your car so that people know, because I still have no idea. But yeah, floor is yours.
Yeah, you guys, you and Justin, for putting the broadcast on. Everybody who puts the league on. My teammates at F. Scott, Ryan, and James. Evan Pienta Designs, all the sponsors that put this thing together. I know Scotty does a lot of work behind the scenes for it. Yeah, just kind of I guess the Zoa branding. It's kind of a inside joke with it being a rock juice owned by Dwayne The Rock Johnson. So little inside joke there, and that's what's on the back bumper of it. So yeah, but
yeah, well, I'll tell you what, once again, man, just a great finish there. Man, we got to ask you about the the short track kind of run that's coming up, man. I know it's going to be crazy. Are you looking forward to it?
I mean, I always like the short tracks. And overall, like, honestly, this car, I know a lot of people don't like it, but like in a track like here, it was pretty fun to drive, I felt. I mean, it was kind of weird seeing the way it kind of, everything kind of wore, and kind of just the long-term tire where we didn't get to see a lot of it, but even the little bit we did see, these cars are fun to drive at certain tracks, and I feel like short tracks, they can be fun, really fun. It's just a matter of if we can all kind of keep it together, and I think week to week we can work on it. I think this week, even though there was a lot of cautions, we got better at it than last week. So I think next week it can get better, and just kind of build on it from week to week.
Absolutely. Well, hey, once again, congratulations. Go celebrate the podium with the team, and hopefully we'll get to see you up here in the next race.
Thank you.
All right, that was 3rd place finisher Evan Pienta.
Yeah, and I caught up here with Scotty Zobzak, that number 81 machine. You got a copy?
Good evening.
Scotty, I know you've had a very, very eventful evening today, getting kind of caught up in an incident there about lap 60, but tell me how you were able to recover from that. to get yourself into a second place finish tonight?
I have no idea. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't really expect that. Like, we're running towards the front, and then like I guess stuff happens or whatever, and I knew that turn two, coming off of turn two, is going to be a problem most places, and after that happened, I just forced my hand for pit strategy and had to take tires and be cool with that for the next 50 laps, which ultimately was fine because I knew there was going to be a few more cautions coming, so save the tires when I could and dice through all the rest of the wrecks, which was my onboard probably was pretty wild for a few of those.
Yeah, we definitely seen. I think there was one on the front straightaway. I think Brian Brobes them on the front straightaway, and you just squeaking past on that outside. We had there was a lot of chaos tonight, and you were able to make your way through there. But it was I kind of want to know about the tire strategy. I know it kind of had you force your hand when you had that incident, but was the tire fall off it kind of extreme? I know this track usually does that.
Honestly, I didn't think it was that bad. I was saving a little bit, and honestly, my thing was just running the high line like almost as exclusively as I could, like just do that. And this particular setup, like you could run the bottom, but I felt it burnt the right rear off, and you just didn't have the drive coming off too to make any moves. So I don't know, staying at the top and keeping the tires up there was fine. Like there's even talk about like if you could take two tires, you might just take left sides instead of rights, because those are the ones that are getting worn, being drug up the banking in 3 and 4. So yeah, my hand was forced, but ultimately like forced in a good way, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely worked out. It didn't quite get there, but second place nonetheless. Before we let you go and celebrate, man, is there anybody you'd like to thank?
Yeah, baby Junebug upstairs watching, and my wife Alex, and anyone else that tuned in. And thanks for you guys for broadcasting, and thanks to our teammates that were running with Placeholder Racing today. And Chris, got the win, which was awesome. And him and myself and Josh and a couple other more helped each other out. So it's good to see that that's working, and we'll try again the week after next.
Yes, sir, at Bristol Motor Speedway. Well, Scotty, congratulations on the second place finish. And that was your second place finisher, Scotty Sobczak. And I believe, Johnny, you caught up with the man himself.
Yeah, well, we are right now. Chris Smith bringing it home. P1, a chaotic night. You you went kind of from the front to the back to the front. Take us through just what happened.
Yeah, chaotic is definitely a good way to sum it up. Yeah, it was pretty wild tonight. Truck race was pretty wild on Wednesday night, so kind of had a little bit of an expectation that this might happen tonight. And yeah, I think we were looking back. I think that we were like 10th I think that we were 10th with 15 to go, and never thought that we would be here at the end of the night. So definitely got lucky, sort of navigating the chaos. The restarts really worked out well for me, in my favor, and had some close calls right there off of turn 2, 3 wide, and a few other things as well. But somehow we brought it home first, so we'll take it.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what. Now, man, we saw that crazy like 3 wide restart. What was going through your mind when you saw that? I'm not sure if you were involved in it or not because my iRacing kind of blinked out at the time. But yeah, it's right before that massive wreck. So.
Yeah, I think that I was involved in that deal. So yeah, I was telling Scotty and Josh and all the guys that were in the chat with me that I had no idea that we were 3 wide, and I came off the corner, and Logan I think was middle of 3, and Evan was underneath him, and you know how it gets off of 2 here. It just gets really really tight, and we just kind of all came together right there on the exit of 2, and luckily we kept on going straight. And I think there was another deal behind us, at the exact same time when that happened. So. But yeah, we got lucky in that deal, and kind of was ahead of all the chaos. So definitely happy to survive all of it tonight.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. So we got an off week here, and then we are heading to Bristol, I believe, for another kind of run of short tracks. How are you feeling going into that kind of middle stretch of the season?
I feel really good. Bristol is. I really enjoy racing there. It's I would say it's one of my favorite tracks. So looking forward to getting out there. You know how it is there. Anything can go wrong, and you can be running really really fast, and find yourself in a big mess really fast. So, but you know, I'm cautiously optimistic going there. Like I said, I feel like it's one of my better tracks. So hopefully we can continue this nice little consistent string that we've been on here lately.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, we hope we get to talk to you then. And before we let you go, the floor is yours to thank any sponsors, friends, family watching, teammates. Have at it.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to all the Slingshot TV family right here for you know, all their hard work here in the last few weeks. Everything looked great on the broadcast tonight, so appreciate all the hard work that you do, Justin, Logan, Sky, Kobe on Wednesday nights. You know, and everything that, you know, Ellis, my teammate, what he does also on Thursday nights. So looking forward to the rest of this week, calling the action and watching all the broadcasts. Shout out to, you know, all the league admins, you guys, for all your hard work, for what you guys do every single week. Randy for the race control. It was a busy night for him. So, lastly, shout out to my parents at home.
Right on. Well, yeah, go ahead and celebrate with the team. And yeah, we'll talk to you later on.
Adios. Y'all have a good one.
All right, that was tonight's winner and current points leader, Chris Smith. And yeah, I think we can go into our race results here once I get this set up here. Yeah, so we just heard from him. Chris Smith, Scotty Sobczak, Evan Pianta coming home in the top 3 here. And just bear with me because this is kind of in the way. All right, yeah, there we go. Joey Stankiewicz able to hold on to the top 5. He was up front most of the night, had to work his way back through the field, and yeah, good run for him. And Scotty Phillips sneaking into the top 5 there late. James Parker kind of keeping it up there in 6th. We saw him up front kind of midway through the race, and yeah, I mean, man, all the chaos on that last lap. Who knows who got by who and who was wrecking and who wasn't. But yeah, definitely great run from James. Able to keep the hood on it this time too. And yeah, Ryan Hickle coming home 7th. Dan Berg 8th. Laura Wiseman 9th. And Logan Threlkeld 10th.
Good job, Johnny. Yeah, Brian Brobst 11th. In the number 11, finishing 11th tonight. Ryan Rose was, you know, him and Brian were in that kind of top 5 there and got kind of that last lap altercation. Ended up finishing 12th tonight. Jacob Nickerson in the 35 machine finishing 13th. William Cameron, oh no, excuse me, I think it was William Cameron and Ryan Rose that got into it on that last lap. So I want to correct that there, not Brian. But yeah, it was 14th there finish for him. Cam Gillens in the 07 had some couple issues tonight and a couple issues under caution, but was able to bring home 15th. Rob Liedl, 16th. Josh Ward, we saw a strong run he had tonight, but he's going to finish 17th. Max Cost in 18th. Tristan Mayhew had a pretty solid run tonight, but got caught up in a late incident, finished 19th. Steve Vest, and probably my favorite paint scheme out here, you know, Mark Martin paint scheme, of course, finished 20th. James Danforth, 21st. Aiden East in the 45 machine coming home 22nd. Chris French after that restall altercation and getting collected in the last lap crash, 23rd. And then, as you can see here, our remaining drivers finished a couple of laps down and out of the race, that being Robert Brobst, Ryan Phillips, Jacob Phillips, Garrett Lane, our in-race reporter Jace Berry finished 28th. He's not going to like that for his Hard Charger award. Paul Hahn, Patrick O'Toole, Jake Mackey, Benson Weaver, and our only disqualification tonight, Dave Krajewski, and they finished last in 33rd tonight. But he had a good run. He was running up front, you know, a couple times tonight. So
yeah, definitely. Man, not what you want to see for Dave, but hey, there's always next week, right? So yeah, and actually, we do have our points. So if you give me just 1 second to pull that up, we can. We should have it.
yeah, we've been pretty good at getting them together pretty quick, so that way at this moment we can. But yeah, we got
there we go.
It's a tough one to pull up here.
All right. Yeah. Sorry about that. But yeah, here we go. So Chris Smith was able to take over the points lead. Scotty Sobzak's going to be second here. And to third. Or this is just the race results. Hang on. Sorry. Definitely not how we expect to do this, but yeah, so Sobzak's still second. Evan Pienta is going to be 13th, but definitely gained a lot of spots this week. Joey Stankiewicz in third here. And this whole top 10 here is pretty stout. So
Yeah, and they're all within 1 to 2 points of each other. So yeah, you can see there the top 10 is separated by 33 points, but some of your how am I trying to say this? You got a lot of your guys that are your kind of fast drivers that we normally see running up front most of the race. They're pretty low in the points right now from just kind of late race incidents. And you see some of the big swings. Evan Pienta having that great finish he did, gained 17 positions. And then Devin Jack not showing up, as well as Dylan. They lost 21 and 23 spots. So they were our points leaders going in, and now they're at the bottom of the board. I don't think we have drop weeks, do we, on this one?
There should be one, yes.
Yeah, so
yeah, they're
not in
definitely
effect
used
yet,
them up. But yeah, I think after race 3. But yeah, I mean, we'll definitely be keeping an eye on this throughout the season. And man, yeah, it was a long one tonight, I'll tell you that. And we'll go one more time into our schedule. I know we've already touched on it a few times here, but yeah, we're off this week coming up, and then we're off to Bristol. And yeah, that's going to be, man, it has potential to be a really good race because, I mean, Bristol is just always good, kind of 2 lanes, right? Kind of like this was, but yeah.
I mean, I don't know how it is in the ARCA car, but I do know Bristol, especially now in iRacing 2, there is 2 lanes of driving, but that top line is definitely going to prevail when trying to pass. So it'll be similar to what we've seen here tonight, just on a lot smaller scale.
Absolutely. Yes. And that starts our short track swing. Then we go to Talladega, Watkins Glen. Knoxville is going to be fun. That's going to be an exhibition race. And I believe we are giving away a keyboard that race to one of the drivers. So that's going to be exciting.
Nice.
And then
I should be allowed to race that one.
Hey, we can work it out. But yeah. And then everything rounds off at Kansas. And yeah, once again, you guys tune in every Monday night, besides next week, right here on Slingshot Racing Media. And tune in Wednesday nights, too, for the Truck Series, and Thursdays for the Mystic Racing Series.
Ooh.
Yeah. All right, so with that said, I think it's time that we wrap things up here. So for Justin Wilson, this is Johnny Rapp in the Slingshot TV booth. We will see you in a couple weeks.